What's happening, guys? Episode 34, Based in Reality. I'm Mike J, of course. Um, Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and on YouTube and Rumble. And Parlay has been my main social media that I've been using. Um, Facebook and Twitter, they're pretty much a wash, man. Their censoring is like it's past what we even thought. Like you can't even get in an argument with somebody without it being hate speech now. So I mean an argument not even politicized, just about anything. So I mean I'm on there, but I can barely ever even use it. So I just stick to Parlay. They've been pretty good. Same with Rumble. I mean YouTube, I've lost some viewers this week. I don't know if it was because I said I'm not going to be doing strictly political commentary. I've said that since the beginning. It's been politically heavy because of what's been going on. And even now, I'm still going to be covering it. But what I was saying is that lifestyle is not me. I'm not going to be just spouting off all the talking points. It's not what I wanted to do with the channel. And if that's not okay with people, then I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. Like I've like I said, I've done episodes on rappers. I've done episodes talking about different rockers and shit. Like that's just it's the culture. It's not just political shit. If that's what you're looking for, that's Steven Crowder. That's Revenge of the Sis. That's all the other big ones. And yeah, so I mean, I was planning on doing a video on a skateboarding legend that I'm kind of been getting into lately, and I'll save the name for when I do the video. It's kind of cool. It'll be similar to like the Cadillac Run episode. You know how this guy affected culture, and even like PC culture, how he affected it, and things like that. That's more what I want to focus on. And lately, I've been getting into skateboarding again. I know I'm pretty old to be doing so, but my daughter was wanting to skateboard the other day, so we were like, okay, you know, let's go outside. We'll go for a little cruise, and she did unbelievably well. She's 4 years old, and the balance that this girl has is better than I was when I was like 9 or 10 getting into it. It's crazy. So I was pretty impressed, and because of that, I'm going to help her, pursue that. She's really interested in it. She loves it. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Bad part is the skateboard that I was using was just my son's, cheap skateboard. We got him just a couple years ago because, he just wanted a skateboard. And at the time, he wasn't really into it that much. So we're like, we're not going to buy a $200 pro deck. We're just going to get him, a normal one. But with doing that, we don't take the best care of it. It was left outside, I think. And I mean, it wasn't bad by any means, but me and my son were out playing the other day, and I snapped the tail off of it doing an ollie, a simple trick, an ollie. And so I'm like, well, that's not good. And I had done a bunch before, so there was no sign of this snapping, but it happened. And so now we got to get him a better one, and I'm just going to end up getting myself a good one too, so we can all just, hang out and do it. But it was just like such a shitty situation. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go out with my friends," and I'm like, "All right, well, let's shoot the shit for a minute, and I'll just show you a few things." And I snapped the tail off his board. Luckily, we had a backup, but I felt so bad, and I'm like, "Oh, that sucks." So, um, but yeah, so I've been kind of getting into that lately. Again, I was into it when I was young, like 10 to 15. I was into it, and then when I was like 22, I got back into it for some reason, and I did that for a few years. And then again, when I was like 26, I got back into it, and I've always kept a decent amount of skill in it, enough to get by. And my daughter, now that she's getting into it, I'm like, oh yeah, like I definitely want to do this, man. And there's skate parks all over my town, which is beautiful. So we'll be doing that kind of shit. And I think I'll be putting out more videos of her when she gets better, and of me as well, like all three of us when we go out. there's a video of her already on Rumble and TikTok of her killing it on the her very first time ever riding a skateboard. She's always played with the skateboards on the ground and like kind of pushed herself on it, but when she actually threw her foot on it and started pedaling, and I was like, whoa, like she was really good. And like she knew where to keep her feet. She was keeping her feet on the screws. Like she was killing it. So she could be the next Sky Brown or one of these crazy little girl prodigies. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, so that was like something that I wanted to talk about on videos. It doesn't always have to be so politicized to make it interesting. I know a lot of channels made that switch. There was a lot of channels that were doing things, and then they completely switched to pure politics, and it's like, we can see through that, man. That's not you. And I mean, I've been into politics for a long time, but I'm not fully engulfed in that. And I'm sorry to the people that do follow me that think that that's what it is. And if you're not interested in other things, I'm not mad about that. Like I said, I lost like 3 followers in the last day after the video that I had put out. And I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. I would love to retain my audience and grow it very big, but I have to be speaking to the right people. And if it's not the right channel for you, then I'm not mad about that. I don't blame you. But that's all. And yeah. Also, I've been looking for a new place to live, and the housing market, man, is unbelievable right now. And I'm not going to bore you with that, but I can't get over like how little you get for the money. And when you find a good place, it's like, or find a good priced place, it's like, oof. Went today and I saw a place that seemed great from the pictures and everything, and you go in and it's just a disaster. And the funny thing was, he went in with his wife or girlfriend or whatever. He was a young guy. He was like probably a little bit older than me, and he's got this like hot blonde chick with him, and he goes in, and this place was nothing like the pictures, and I'm like, oh, that girl is probably like showing him how to take the pictures, how to take certain angles so it looks better. Probably like she does with herself on Instagram. That's me. But yeah. So anyways, guys. Yeah. So I will be putting out videos a little more. This weekend was a little bit busy. I went and saw a good friend of mine out in Blenheim, Ontario. Nobody's heard of that. It's about an hour away. And he has authentic Texas barbecue. That's his shtick for his restaurant, and it's fantastic. We got like pulled pork and shit from there. It was unbelievably good. And yeah, he's actually from Texas. He's a Marine, and all around great guy. But he wanted to make this business. He met somebody from up here who's actually a chief of one of the native reservations around here, and they had gotten together, and he still got all of his Texas about him. And so he decided to make this Texas restaurant, and it's fantastic. Anybody in the area, hit me up and I'll give you the information on that. I'll probably advertise for him at some point, but till then, yeah. So I will probably be putting one out again tomorrow. Thanks for those who stuck with me, and hopefully it continues to grow. Thanks, guys.